JCPenney store at SouthPark Mall has a new owner. The JCPenney store located in SouthPark Mall, Strongsville, is set to change ownership as part of a significant transaction involving 119 stores across the nation. This change is expected to take place on or before September 8, marking a pivotal moment for the retail chain. On July 23rd, an affiliate of Onyx Partners Ltd, based in Boston, entered into a purchase agreement with the Copper Property CTL Pass-Through Trust, which is located in Jersey City, New Jersey. The deal, valued at an impressive $947 million, is an all-cash transaction that underscores the seriousness of this acquisition. Neil Aronson, the principal executive officer of the trust, expressed confidence in the choice of Onyx as the buyer, stating, "Onyx clearly stood out as our preferred buyer based on their capability to close, their business strategy, and the offered purchase terms." He emphasized that after considering all relevant factors, they believe they have secured a fair price for the entire portfolio. The properties involved in this transaction encompass a staggering total of 15,680,689 square feet, averaging about 131,770 square feet per store. As part of the agreement, the leases for these locations will be transferred to Onyx, which will take on the role of the new landlord. As explained by Larry Finger, the principal financial officer for the trust, during a conference call, Aronson further noted, as Onyx has now completed its due diligence and its deposit under the agreement is non-refundable, we felt this was the appropriate time to announce the transaction. The anticipated closing date is set for on or before September 8, 2025, although it remains subject to the usual conditions associated with real estate transactions. The estimated closing costs for this sale are projected to fall between $14 million and $16 million. Finger also mentioned that in addition to the $25 million in cash reserves that the trust is required to maintain, the total expected liquidation proceeds from this sale are around $978 million. He added, the trust agreement also required that we retain a $10 million reserve for potential claims for 12 months after the final property sale. Following the sale distribution, the $25 million reserve will be adjusted down to $10 million and will be included in the monthly report for that period. The Copper Property CTL Pass-Through Trust was created to acquire 160 retail properties and 6 warehouse distribution centers from JCPenney as part of its Chapter 11 reorganization plan, which was initiated after the company filed for bankruptcy in May 2020. Newmark, a firm specializing in commercial real estate advisory and services, played a crucial role in marketing this extensive portfolio. Aronson remarked, "This agreement is the result of an exhaustive marketing and sales process run by Newmark under Hilco's direction, highlighting the competitive nature of the offers received, which included numerous individual property bids as well as sub-portfolio and full portfolio offers." While the Strongsville location is the only JCPenney store in Northeast Ohio included in this transaction, it is worth noting that 4 additional stores in Ohio, located in Polrain Township, Columbus, Dublin, and Maumee, are also part of this deal. Currently, JCPenney operates 649 stores across the United States. Initially, the portfolio consisted of 121 store locations, but 2 were removed due to Solomon and Brookfield's right of first offer, ROFO rights, as Finger explained. Those 2 properties were sold in May for a total of $21 million. This transaction not only marks a significant shift for JCPenney, but also raises questions about the future of retail in a rapidly changing market. What do you think about this acquisition? Do you believe it will positively impact the JCPenney brand, or do you foresee challenges ahead? Share your thoughts in the comments. JCPenney sells 119 stores for $947 million. Impact on Michigan locations. Shocking shakeup at JCPenney in a massive $947 million deal that's sending waves through American retail. A private equity firm in Boston, Onyx Partners Ltd is snapping up 119 JCPenney stores, including 6 right here in Michigan. If you thought the JCPenney saga ended after their bankruptcy 5 years ago, think again. This cash deal is reviving old questions and sparking new debates about the future of hundreds of communities dependent on these storied department stores. But here's where it gets controversial. What does this mean for local economies, existing store employees, and the future of mall-based retail? Let's unpack what's really going on. The purchase. Announced July 25th by Copper Properties CTL Pass-Through Trust, the body established by lenders during JCPenney's 2020 bankruptcy, covers 119 so-called net lease JCPenney stores. In real estate terms, but here's the part most people miss. Even with this windfall, JCPenney's ongoing story remains deeply entangled with the broader struggles of American retail. Last year, Simon Property Group and Brookfield Asset Management swooped in to run JCPenney's core retail operations and the remaining store locations, while Copper Property retained ownership of about 160 sites and 6 distribution centers. Curiously, Onyx Partners, the new buyer, hasn't commented on their intentions for the stores. Are they planning business as usual, or could closures ling? For now, all 119 stores included in the sale remain open. But if history is any guide, that could change. Remember, following their bankruptcy, JCPenney shuttered more than 200 U.S. stores at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Recent rounds of closures, announced just this past February, have already become reality for some communities by May 2025. And this is the part where debate heats up. Critics point out that while portfolio sales like this one can bring short-term relief and new investment, they might also leave store employees and shoppers in limbo if the new owners pivot away from traditional retail. Is this just another chapter in the decline of mall culture, or a chance for revitalization under new management? For Michigan specifically, expect 6 fewer JCPenney stores once this deal's dust settles. That still leaves 17 locations throughout cities like Ann Arbor, Flint, Muskegon, Lansing, and Saginaw, giving some hope to loyal shoppers. But as real estate powerhouses like Newmark and Hilco have noted, these transactions impact more than just square footage. The very makeup of our local malls and main streets could shift. Now, what do you think? Is this deal a much-needed opportunity for JCPenney to finally get back on its feet? Or is it one more step toward the slow fade-out of traditional retail in America's heartland? Will your shopping habits change? Drop your thoughts below and let's spark a real conversation. After all, behind every big business deal are real people and communities facing the effects. Agree or disagree? JCPenney stores in Connecticut sold. What you need to know. A major shift is underway in the retail landscape as 3 JCPenney stores in Connecticut are set to be sold to Needham, Massachusetts-based investment and asset management firm for $947 million. This transaction marks the largest sale of its kind for the chain's 119 stores, which will now be owned by a private equity firm rather than the company itself. The 3 stores, located at the Shops at Buckland Hills in Manchester, https website transport.com/Farmington/Danbury Fair, the West Farms Mall on the Farmington and West Hartford border, and the Danbury Fair Mall will remain open even as their physical locations are reassigned. The deal, announced Monday, is expected to close by September 8th per a press release. The seller, Copper Properties CTL Pass-Through Trust, is a real estate investment trust REIT. Formed after JCPenney's 2020 bankruptcy filing, which highlights the complexities of retail ownership in times of economic uncertainty. The trust's CEO, Neil Aronson, emphasized that Onyx Partners Ltd emerged as the preferred buyer amid over 700 offers for the entire portfolio or portions of it. However, the trust's liquidation timeline, requiring the sale of assets by January 30th, 2026, has sparked debate about the balance between profitability and long-term strategy. Meanwhile, Onyx Partners' statement underscores its role in generating $2 billion in private transactions across 47 states, showcasing its growing influence in the real estate sector. But here's where it gets controversial. While the sale appears to streamline operations, critics argue it may prioritize short-term gains over community support, raising questions about the future of retail in rural areas. And this is the part most people miss: the potential impact on local businesses and customers who rely on these stores for daily needs. Do you think such sales are necessary for the survival of retail in today's economy? What would you do if you were the owner of a struggling store?